Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We have an amazing show for everybody today. What do we have, Krystal?
Indeed we do. Hope everybody had a happy Halloween, first and foremost. So new indications that the Virginia governor's race is already a disaster for Democrats. We'll talk about that. Some dire polling for the country and certainly for the administration that is running this country. Very latest on where that reconciliation bill is. This is kind of make or break week. If anything is going to pass, it is going to take shape this week. Progressives seem to have already caved, even though what is being offered is now utterly pathetic. We'll get into the details of all of that. Former Governor Cuomo hit with charges over alleged forcible touching is actually the charge that was leveled against him. There's some weirdness in terms of how this was actually put into place and what's going on there. So we'll break down those details. A very revealing moment on Fox News where Andrew Sullivan basically told them to their face that they kind of suck. So we'll play that for you. We've got Jodi Kantor on. She's a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist from the New York Times who did a phenomenal story, got some internal documents
on Amazon.
From Amazon about their HR practices and the way they're screwing over not just blue-collar workers, but also their white-collar workforce. First of all, we have a couple of breaking news items this morning. The first one has to do with us at the studio, most importantly.
Do we look a little crisper there on the phone? Big announcement, thanks to all of your support. The lifetime members, the premium subscribers, has been in work for big months. We have fully upgraded the studio here for breaking points all the way to 4K. I'm told it's one of the highest, most technological studios in the entire city of Washington, D.C. now.
Beating the mainstream media, guys, thanks to you.
It's not just a pitch, people. That's what we are spending your hard-earned money on. So thank you all very much. This is just part of a slew of upgrades that we are making to bring the show to all of you, to as many people as possible. So thank you all so much for your support. Still working out a few kinks, but it should look a hell of a lot better. For all you professional studio people, don't worry. I've passed on many of your complaints about white balances and all of that. So it all should look better, and we're going to continue to dial it in over the next couple of days. We really can't thank you guys enough for your support.
Yes. Thank you, guys. You all are amazing. And definitely, Saagar reads, I don't really read the comments because I'm too fragile, but Saagar does. If you do see things that are off or you have suggestions, you should send them in because we do pay attention sometimes to what
our
you guys
bottom graphic is because of a great breaker.
That is exactly right, who gave us the idea of doing it along the bottom instead of along the side like we initially were. Okay, so that's the biggest, most important news this morning. Another piece of breaking news this morning, we can throw this tweet up on the screen. Jen Psaki, the president's press secretary, has tested positive for COVID-19. This came out yesterday evening. In a statement, she says she was last around the president on Tuesday. She says when they were together, they were outside, they were more than 6 feet apart, and they were wearing masks. Last close contact with others in the White House was Wednesday. I'll read you a little bit more of her statement here. Obviously, this is incredibly significant as Biden is traveling overseas this morning. He is also elderly. We know even vaccinated elderly people continue to be at the highest risk. So she was supposed to travel originally on this trip with the president. She decided not to because people in her household had tested positive for COVID-19. Since then, she quarantined. She tested negative via PCR, that's the highest standard test, on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But then on Sunday, she tested positive for COVID. Again, she says she hasn't had close contact in person with the president or senior members of the White House staff since Wednesday. She tested negative for 4 days after the last contact with the president. So she's just disclosing this out of, interest of full transparency. There's not a lot of commentary around this. Mostly we just wanted to let you know what was going on because obviously this is someone who has regular close contact with the president, doesn't seem to have been in a situation where it was likely that COVID would transmit over the past week, but still an incredibly significant development. She says she's had, of course, they're all vaccinated. And she says she's experiencing just mild symptoms thanks to the fact that she is, in fact, vaccinated.
There were definitely a lot of eyebrows raised here in Washington. I heard some rumors because she announced that she wasn't going on the family trip because of a family emergency, and it turns out the family emergency was COVID. Now, she had contact with the president about 5 days ago. So at this point, it's just a wait and see period. But of course, Biden himself, meeting with the Pope, all sorts of world leaders.
Yeah.
If he got COVID abroad, I don't even know. If you thought the Trump thing was a show, like imagine him having to get on Air Force One in a bubble. Like that would be an entire thing. So we're going to keep an eye on that. He's an old man. Look, I really hope he doesn't get COVID. He has had a booster shot as far as I remember.
Yes, I think that's right.
Famous, set shot or whatever of all of that. So just keeping you guys updated. It could become one of the biggest stories in the world, obviously, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, so most likely it will all go fine. Jen Psaki will recover. We certainly wish her a speedy recovery. The president, because he's had minimal contact, likely to be fine as well. But significant development we wanted to bring to you this morning to keep our eye on. Okay,
that's right.
That's that. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut. Our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions. All that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.